High in the mountains, where the world feels untouched, there's a place that doesn't just stand, it belongs. A home carved from dreams, where steel meets timber, and silence speaks louder than the city ever could. Up here, the air feels different, lighter, almost sacred. And for a moment, you wonder, what would life feel like if it moved at the pace of a whisper instead of a shout? Because down there, in the world you and I know so well, life never stops. Horns blare, screens glow, clocks race. Every day feels like a sprint we didn't sign up for. And yet, something inside us longs to slow down, to breathe, to belong to something bigger than ourselves. And that's why this place exists, not as an escape from life, but as a return to it. A Mountain Lodge Barndominium, strong as the steel in its bones, warm as the timber in its heart, built not to tower over the land, but to melt into it. It doesn't fight the wilderness, it listens to it. Every line, every curve, every beam whispers the same truth. This isn't just shelter, it's sanctuary. But what does it take to create a home that feels like nature's own heartbeat? Is it the architecture? The raw power of barn design meeting the elegance of a lodge? Or is it something deeper, something you can't measure in square feet? Maybe it's in the way the walls frame the sunrise like a living painting. Maybe it's in the silence that hums like music when snow falls outside. Or maybe it's in what this home promises, that life doesn't have to be louder to feel full. Stay with me, because the answer isn't what you expect. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it's a simple way to show your love for these incredible designs. This isn't just a house. It's a barndominium, reborn as a mountain lodge. Rugged yet warm, bold yet timeless. It's the kind of place that feels like it's always been here, as if the mountain itself decided to shape a home and offer it to someone who truly listens. When you hear the word barndominium, maybe you think of wide fields, open skies, or rustic barns turned into cozy living spaces. But this is something different. It's a love letter to strength and stillness, a space where steel bones hold up a soul made of timber and stone. It doesn't just give you walls and a roof. It gives you a feeling you can't find in the noise of the city. And inside these walls, that's where the story deepens. This is more than architecture. It's an experience. Every detail, from the soaring beams that stretch toward the ceiling to the way the light dances through windows that frame endless peaks, has a purpose. Not to impress, not to show off, but to remind you of something the world made you forget, that life is not measured by square footage, it's measured by moments. You're about to step into a design that doesn't compete with nature, it becomes a part of it. A home where every glance out the window feels like poetry, and every breath feels like a gift. And here's the promise I'll make. By the end of this journey, you'll see why this home changes more than just the way you live. It changes the way you breathe. Because this is not just about a house in the mountains. It's about rediscovering what it means to truly live. We share new content regularly to help you create spaces you love, so don't forget to subscribe. Long before steel and timber came together on these mountainsides, people were searching for something else. Not square footage, not status, something deeper. Mountain lodges were born from that longing, a need for warmth when the cold closed in, for stillness when life grew too loud. These weren't homes meant to impress. They were sanctuaries, places where the outside world couldn't reach you, where the firelight was enough to make the dark feel gentle. People don't come here to live bigger. They come to live deeper, to wake up to silence instead of sirens, to trade walls of concrete for walls that breathe, that hold the scent of cedar and the sound of the wind. Up here, life isn't about accumulation, it's about connection. To the land, to the sky, to yourself. That spirit, that yearning, is what gave birth to the Mountain Lodge Barndominium. It's more than architecture. It's a union of strength and soul. The steel frame, the bones, stands as firm as the ridgeline itself, ready to face time, weather, and storms. And then, the timber, warm, earthy. It softens the edges, brings the touch of nature back into your hands. It reminds you that a home isn't just something you build, it's something you feel. This design doesn't shout. It doesn't demand attention. It whispers through every beam, every stone, every sweep of the roofline. It says, you belong here. Because that's what these lodges have always been about. Not escape from life, but a return to it. And that's why this barndominium matters. It's not a trend. It's a testament to strength, to warmth, to the truth that beauty isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's quiet enough to hear the snow fall. Stay with me, because the real magic begins when we step inside. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means to me, and it helps keep the design ideas coming your way. The first thing you notice isn't the house. It's the setting. Towering pines stretch toward a sky painted in deep blues. Snow clings to the peaks like a quiet crown, and the wind moves gently, soft enough to hear it breathing through the trees. Out here, the world feels wide, infinite, and then, almost as if the forest opened its arms, you see it. A home that doesn't shout for attention. It belongs. The bones are steel, strong as the mountain itself, ready to endure storms, seasons, and time. But the skin? Oh, the skin is cedar and stone. Timber weathered to match the earth beneath your feet. Stone that could have been plucked from the river nearby. Nothing feels forced. It's not a structure placed on the land. It's a piece of the land itself. Look closer, and you'll see how every line listens to its surroundings. The roofline sweeps low and wide, echoing the slopes of the mountains behind it. The colors, deep browns, smoky grays, soft, muted greens, are drawn from the forest floor. Even the glass seems alive, pulling in reflections of the sky and the trees until the house feels like part of the landscape, not an interruption to it. And then, as you stand there, you sense something. A promise, maybe. Because behind these walls is more than a room, more than a view. There's a secret, one that makes this home more than just beautiful. You can't see it yet, but you can feel it in the way the entryway seems to invite you forward. As if the house is saying, come in. There's more to me than you think. And trust me, there is. If you love this type of look, hit that subscribe button to help us create more videos. And let us know in the comments what you'd love to see in future videos. Step inside, and the world changes. The first thing you feel isn't the size of the space, it's the breadth of it. The great room opens up like a deep inhale, vaulted ceilings rising above you, timber beams stretching out like open arms ready to hold you close. There's weight here, yes, but it's not heavy. It's grounding, strong, steady, safe. And then, the hearth. Not just a fireplace, but a living heart. When the snow begins to fall outside and the flames flicker against stone, it feels like the whole house is alive, pulsing with warmth. You can almost hear the crackle say, you're home. Stay a while. The windows, if you can even call them that, they don't frame a view, they invite the mountains in. Every ridge, every drifting cloud, every shift of light spills into this room like it belongs here. It's not a separation between inside and out, it's a conversation. Underfoot, stone floors cool and solid, grounding you in the earth. Around you, warm woods wrap the walls like a soft echo of the forest outside. And the iron accents? They don't shine, they anchor. Every detail feels intentional, yet effortless. Like the house didn't try to be beautiful, it just is. And as you move deeper, you notice something curious. A corner, a turn, a quiet set of stairs that seem to lead somewhere unexpected. A loft, perhaps, or maybe a tucked-away nook where the world disappears. You don't know yet, but you feel the pull. Because this house has layers. Secrets. Places meant for stories you haven't lived yet. Every corner whispers the same thing. Slow down. Stay a while. And for the first time in a long time, you want to listen. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. The first snow of winter drifts down like quiet confetti. You're by the fire, the kind that doesn't just warm the room, but warms your bones, your breath slowing as the world outside turns white. There's no rush, no noise, just the crackle of the logs and the kind of silence that feels alive. Morning comes, and it's coffee in hand as the sun climbs over the ridge. Light spills through those towering windows, painting the room in gold. It's not a sunrise you glance at on your phone. It's one that demands your full attention. You don't check the time because up here, time doesn't chase you. It walks with you. Later, laughter fills the air, soft, rich, echoing under timber beams that have heard every kind of story. This isn't staged happiness. It's real. It's the kind that comes when life slows down enough for people to actually hear each other. Down there, clocks rule. Up here, time waits. The world below hums with urgency, everyone running towards something they can't name. But here, you realize that the only race worth winning is the one where you stop running altogether. Because this isn't about square footage. It never was. It's about soul footage, the moments that carve themselves into your memory and never let go. The quiet mornings. The golden evenings. The way a simple meal feels like a feast when you share it under beams older than your worries. And as the day fades and the mountains turn to silhouettes, you understand something rare. Life doesn't have to be louder to feel full. Sometimes, it just needs space to breathe. And here, you finally have it.